You're now watching This AFC South Show, brought to you by Curtis Podcast Network, hosted by Curtis Brown, Blake Bellamy, Isaiah Michelli, and Jeff Steckel. Hello, everybody, and welcome to This AFC South Show number 80 here on Curtis's Podcast Network. I'm your host, Curtis Brown. With me, as always, Jeff Steckel, our Colts fan, Isaiah Michelli, our Jags fan, and Blake Bellamy, our Titans fan. We all obviously represent the teams of the AFC South, as I'm the Texans guy here. So if you're a fan of the teams, like and subscribe. We're in the hunt for 1,000, and always trying to grow and meet new fans of the show. So again, like and subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any new content, and check the merch link in the description for our merch. So without any further ado, let's dive in here. And this week 14, it's the AFC South. It's really just,
we're here.
Yeah.
We participate.
The only interesting game is the Tennessee game, and one of the teams isn't even, like, we got one team that's on a bye. So, like, interesting. All right. Speaking of, let's start with the Colts.
Yeah.
Jeff, take it away.
All right. So there's a couple of things from the last game that I'm not going to talk much about it. It's just kind of a lead in to changes that might come after the bye, and it's pure speculation of what I think could or should happen, and kind of just going into the off season, because that's kind of the setting most Colts fans are at right now. First thing, I love Jeff Saturday, but I don't think he's ready to be a head coach yet. And it's not like time management issues. It's more personnel issues. And first one that I want to talk about, in the Dallas game, Braden Smith was out, so he had Dennis Kelly starting. But he kept rotating linemen. And as a center, he was a center for 15 years, one of the best to do it. He should know best about, like, continuity and keeping the same, being consistent. And I had you guys listen to an Audio Slave song. I don't know if y'all did. The Show Me How to Live.
Yeah. I'm very familiar with the song.
It's a great song, but I don't like Tom Morello. And it's a fantastic song, and then it comes to a solo, and he's ring. It just doesn't fit in the song. And he's kind of like Matt Pryor. Why does he keep seeing the field? Why is he still on this team? Why is there that solo in the middle of the song? It just doesn't make sense. Great song otherwise, but I hate his song. But other than that, it's the complete, and it's not just Saturday that did it. It was Frank Reich. I know there's a little bit of injuries there, but Jelani Woods not being at least your second tight end over Mo Alie-Cox, I think is absurd. Mo Alie-Cox isn't the best blocker, and I'm not sure Jelani is either, but he's a rookie. And at this point, with Jelani's size and speed, he should be out there 80-90% of the snaps. And his excuse was, the game flow didn't dictate. I'm like, are you? I don't understand that excuse at all. So from here on, I really think Jelani should be 80-90% of the snaps, get the guy a ton of reps. And I really think Alec Pierce, I think he has the potential to kind of take over that number one spot. I might just be kind of spitballing on that one, but I'd really like to just see him get more targets, especially in the short to mid range. He's really been a lot of boomer bust, so I'd like to see him get more targets. And then, of course, the speculation kind of hits about Matt Ryan. Like, do you keep going? Do you change back to Sam Ellinger, or do you give Nick Foles a go? It's just, at this point, Matt Ryan gets injured, he's going to be due a ton of money next year. So I think you kind of have to look at all those things. But, going forward into the offseason, I think they have a great linebacking core, but the problem is someone like Okereke, I think he's going to demand like 10 to 15 million to keep him, or he's probably going to get that from another team if we don't sign him. So do you keep Leonard And I mean, I don't think you can put $30 to $40 million in linebackers on a team. I just don't think you can do that with that group. So I don't know if you entertain the notion of trading Leonard, re-signing Okereke, because I think you have a great guy in Franklin.
Franklin's good.
Yeah, he's been fantastic. And I think even our safeties have been really, really good. Like Rodney McLeod and Rodney Thomas have been stellar. So I think there's a lot of good pieces. I mean, I love Shaquille Leonard, especially when he's on the field. But it's just I don't know if you can high up that much with linebackers for a guy that now has back issues and stuff like that. So I personally would entertain the notion, but that's just me. This is all maybes. I don't know if they're going to make any big changes or not. I mean, they are in the offseason, but
Yeah.
But then I was looking at coaches, and there's been a lot of chatter. A lot of people are saying Leslie Frazier, and with his stint, I'm not on board with Leslie. I think he's a great coordinator, but his head coaching stint wasn't great. But I'm looking. Of course, everyone's going to talk about Jim Harbaugh.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if the Colts situation, it would be enough, even with a ton of cash, if that would warrant him leaving his program. I mean, they'll pretty much pay him anything he wants. So I don't know if that's something he'd want to do. But I think it'd be great to have. But the other one that nobody's really talking about, I think he'd be a great head coach, would be D'Amico Ryans. Yeah. I'd love for them to at least pursue that. But we'll see.
I think it's going to be hard for them to bring in a first-time head coach, though. Like, with the situation going on, it's going to be a kind of a shitty situation to throw one into,
Yeah. Unless you're just going to give him the authority to just, like, scrap a lot of what's going on and start anew.
Well, it depends on who they get as a GM as well, because you don't want to have a brand-new coach and a brand-new GM paired up, too, if one of them doesn't have too much experience,
Yeah.
That's why I love Jim Harbaugh, because he could be the coach and GM. Like, he's I wouldn't even mind seeing that.
Yeah, Harbaugh would be interesting because, I mean, one, you'd have to pay out or buy out the rest of his Michigan deal, and then probably have to pay this man a pretty penny.
Yeah.
Which is pretty interesting, to be honest. Former Colt, former Bear, if I'm not mistaken. Another name on the list of subpar to low-end QB1 turned head coach that's had some postseason success.
I'd love to see.
To your point about Jelani Woods, I'd love to see him play more. The man is an absolute athlete, and I imagine that Jeff Saturday doesn't play him as much because the dude doesn't block. Like, I don't know that he can block any better than Mo Alley Cox.
Yeah, but we know that Mo Alley Cox.
Yeah, but maybe it's just like I don't know.
They're trying to play to the team's strength, and the team's strength isn't throwing. The team's strength is running the ball with Jonathan Taylor.
Well, they throw the ball 30, 40 times anyway. It's just they're not at all doing anything that this team is built to do.
Yeah. I mean, this is a team that's built to try to get up early and have a defense that just strangleholds. Ooh, CGI background. Hopefully that didn't mess with the interwebs.
Hopefully not.
Yeah. I like how you're right in the middle of that handshake exchange. That little dap them up.
Wrong hand.
Oh, it's a handoff. Oh, I thought they were just dapping each other up.
No, they are dapping each other up.
Oh, okay. Is there a ball in his hands? No, there's not a ball.
No.
Okay.
They're just dapping each other up.
All right.
I'm just in the way.
That a boy.
My two dads are holding me,
Well, there's a woman in that picture.
Where?
Trevor
Oh,
Lawrence.
yeah. I see her right here. Right there, the cheerleader. Roar of the Jaguars. They're pretty hot.
What do they call the Jaguarettes?
The roar of the Jaguars. Come on, man.
They're what?
Come on, the roar of the Jaguars.
How are we
That's what you call the cheerleaders?
That's what they call the cheerleaders. I call them hot.
Fair enough, sir.
You only get something balanced. Anyway, what?
Anyway, anybody else got any Colts comments?
No.
Nope.
Tank for Stroud.
Yeah, I hope they get Stroud.
Suck for Stroud.
All right. Well, that leads us into the next game. Houston travels across state to play the Dallas Cowboys for the 6th time in franchise history. Dallas leads the series 3-2.
Smackdown.
Houston won the first game in franchise history against the Dallas Cowboys, and then won a couple years ago in overtime when DeAndre Hopkins had that catch and then spun like 3 times to get into field goal range, and then won in overtime. I think that was the year that we won like 9 straight games, and then ended up losing to the Colts in the playoffs like 21-7. So anyway, so that time, Davis Mills is back at QB, which I kind of pains me to say is probably the best move. But when you look at the way the offensive line has been playing, it doesn't really matter who's back there. The Dallas Cowboys have a really strong defense. They have at times made teams look absolutely like to use a wrestling term, they look like jobbers. Okay, they just look like guys in jersey. Like, okay, you ever watched a commercial and they're like, it's got like an NFL running back in it, and then everybody else in the commercial, they're like trying to simulate an on-game thing. Everybody else in the commercial is just a regular dude in a jersey, and it doesn't look right at all. Like, there's nobody who's like size appropriate. Like number 69 is like Blake's size.
Yeah.
And they just got him in shoulder pads, and then that's how it feels sometimes.
Hey, bro, little guys can 69 too. All right, let's not.
I mean, that's true. That's true. Probably easier for them because they got the little torso.
No, I'm more of like a 7.
Oh, okay. Fair. I'll take that one.
Yes.
But
Yeah,
like,
you guys have a lineman of priors.
so what?
Your line is just made up of priors.
Basically. I don't. Outside of the tackles, I mean, the tackles, Tunsil and Howard have had a pretty solid season. It's just been Kenyon Green being a rookie, Scott Quesenberry not being a starter, and then AJ Can just not.
AJ Garbage Can. It's
Facts.
terrible.
So I don't know. They're just gonna have to figure something out because the backups aren't in either.
It's draft season, baby.
It's draft season. I posted something on the Texans subreddit today. It was a picture of Hendon Hooker. I was like, hear me out. Let's wait until like the 4th or 5th round to draft a quarterback, because Hendon Hooker's going to fall a little bit. There are places already ranking Hendon Hooker in the 4th, 5th round because of the ACL injury.
And the age.
And the
Or hear me out. You can draft on potential and get Anthony Richardson in the 1st round with the 1st pick overall.
Negative.
Perfect.
So I think
that's a real Texans move right there.
it's really not. We would never do that.
Are you sure?
I mean, think about 2006. Who was the best option in the top 3?
Bro, I was 6. Matt Schaub.
No, bro. That year was Mario Williams.
Reggie
2005, Mario Williams, Reggie Bush, Vince Young.
And you guys
We chose Mario Williams.
Mario Williams. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's a
So
great
you're gonna-
pick.
So you're going to take Christian Harris. Or not Christian Harris.
We already have
Will
him.
Anderson.
Yeah, I would love to take Will Anderson and like Jalen Carter if the Browns just suck the rest of the year, and they
You probably will with Deshaun at the helm.
Yeah, I mean, clearly after that game. But if that happens, if you can draft a solid edge talent and a solid defensive tackle with your first 2 draft picks, I'm cool with like next pick being a wide receiver. Maybe next pick being a linebacker, and then Hendon Hooker in the 4th or 5th round.
I don't think he'll fall that far.
I mean, maybe.
I
not.
think quarterback Manny will take over and he'll be like a 3rd rounder.
There's a lot of quarterback needy teams right now.
Yeah.
Facts.
That's the only reason I say that is because a lot of teams are like, and even the Raiders think about moving on from Carr allegedly. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of.
and prior to the winning streak.
And he's going to the Colts.
I was
Oh,
just
yeah.
about to say it. I'm like, goddamn, he's going to the Colts.
Honestly, though, Carr's not a bad quarterback. Like I I wouldn't be upset.
I just want a rookie. That's what I want. I want someone to build around. I'm tired of this patch-up nonsense. I'm sick of it.
If you're in your 30s, give the Colts a call. So back to this game. I wrote a list here of ways that the Texans could win this game. It's a very short list. Hold on, I just had to write the last one. Houston's keys to beating Dallas. Dameon Pierce.
Is that it?
Be a completely new team.
That it?
Trade for Patrick Mahomes.
Trade every player for a different player.
Everyone different except Dameon Pierce and Petrie. Doing great.
Petrie, Stingley. There's a good chance that Cooks and Nico Collins and Stingley miss this game.
Nice.
Which would be just detrimental. But,
absolutely amazing.
So even though it hurts, I chose the Cowboys in this game. As the any sort of human being with a brain should do. But with that, I'll open up the floor to you gentlemen.
Yeah, you know that it's going to be a bad game when we first start talking about this game, and you immediately go to the off season. So
the off season.
So it's looking rough. Yeah, I think Dallas is gonna roll you guys. They destroyed the Colts. They destroyed you guys. I think they're gonna destroy the Jags next week, and then they're gonna kill the Titans after that. Dallas is a very, very good team right now.
Hold on, man. If the game ended in the third,
it would have been that bad.
You know, the Titans would have beat the Bills if the game ended in the first 10 minutes of the game. Just that last, 45 sucked really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Isaiah?
I don't really have much to say, honestly. I mean, you guys are either going to draft the wrong quarterback at number 1, or you're going to take Will Anderson, and that's about as far as it goes at this point. Maybe some quarterback in the offseason will wow you guys, and you'll pull a Jets and draft a Zach Wilson in this draft, and the arm talent, the pro day, and then you're
best
like,
case scenario right there.
Look,
you're like, oh my God, Davis Mills, you're starting again by week 7. Like,
I don't know that Mills will survive the offseason.
Mills will still be there. Mills is not gonna. Who's gonna keep over him? Kyle Allen. I'm definitely keeping Mills is on a rookie deal. I'm definitely keeping him on my team as a backup quarterback, unless he absolutely shows his ass and tries to force a trade, and then they'll just put 26 rape allegations on him and send him on his way somewhere whenever he's worth.
Jesus Christ!
Where have I heard that from?
Anyways, I would definitely, on a rookie deal, I would definitely keep Mills around, whether he's trash or not, just in case.
Yeah, because
at least if your new guy gets hurt, you can tank again with Mills and get back-to-back first overall picks like Jacksonville did. And then you can draft an experimental piece in the first round defense, and you can be complete.
What was that quarterback that the Jags had for a few years? He was always the backup. Chad Henne. What's he doing?
Chad Henne. He actually helped the Chiefs. He helped the Chiefs win a playoff game 2 years ago because he came in for a drive when Mahomes got hurt and kept them in the game.
Yeah, I remember that.
I don't know if he's actually still in the NFL anymore. I think he's gone, or he might still be just chilling on the Chiefs bench somewhere.
Bro, he could be the offensive coordinator.
He's probably an analyst at this point.
I mean, probably. All right. Well, that's all. That's all I really got for this game. The Dallas Cowboys should roll, but it'd be really nice to see them lose.
I do have a question. Is Lovie Smith the coach next year?
Yeah.
Josh McCown.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's definitely gonna be Lovie.
Josh McCown.
Josh McCown. I would love to see Josh McCown there.
Me too.
Why do I think Josh McCown and Mike Glennon are interchangeable? I don't know why I think.
They're both.
I mean, they basically were when they were on the Bucs.
Tall white guys.
All white.
Yeah, they basically were when they were on the Bucs together. I actually saw both of them play with the Bucs because I used to live in that area. I went to a couple games with my uncle, and you could literally interchange them on any given down, and they look the same.
They got a lot of neck.
I forgot it. Josh McCown played for literally everybody.
Davis Mills must be in the same family tree because he's got a lot of neck too.
Dude, he's got all the neck. All right, let's move on to the only division opponents playing each other. Jacksonville traveling to Tennessee in what could very well be the fight for the playoffs for the Jacksonville Jaguars. And with the Titans just recently firing John Robinson, if the downhill slide on this 2-game losing streak continues, maybe there's other people on the chopping block. I don't know. But with that, I'll open it up to either one of you, whoever wants to go first and cover your team.
Weirdly enough, I would like to address the whole John Robinson thing. 100% believe that Vrabel like made a bet with him and was like, yeah, if the AJ Brown shit doesn't work out and he kills us, you're getting fired. And he was like, bet, I'm gonna be the head coach next year because I made the right choice. And then they got murdered by AJ Brown, and now Mr. Robinson is gone. Yeah, terrible move, by the way. And the worst part is like, bad move, boneheaded move. Still not as bad as the whole bag of chips for DeAndre Hopkins because he had too many baby mamas thing, but still pretty bad, unprecedented. Jacksonville fans, you guys couldn't be any fucking worse. We now have a group of Jacksonville fans who are saying that we should add 10 to 20 pounds to Trayvon Walker and put him at D tackle. Oh, D tackles have been drafted in number 1 before. He'd be much better with his hand in the dirt at D tackle. I'm like, are you mentally ill? Like, I don't think we're gonna win this game. If we're gonna win either of the Tennessee games, either of the Tennessee games is gonna be the one at home. I don't think we're taking the one in Tennessee. I don't think we're gonna even fight for the playoffs because we literally have to win every single game, and Tennessee has to lose every single game. And we still have to play Dallas, who's been one of the best teams in football lately, as much as it hurts me to say that. And hopefully we have a similar first round exit for them anyways, but this isn't the Cowboys show. This is the AFC South show. And Lawrence is expected to play. He said that he expects to play, so he'll probably play. He has a left big toe sprain. So that was the worst thing that came out of that injury. Luckily, that could have been a really gruesome injury, but luckily it was just a left big toe.
I'm curious about that. How out of that tackle was it? Just
I don't know. Like this, it must be because of how much he's grown, like how like tall he is. Like his ligaments just used to stretching or something. Because that looked like everything in his like knee and below was just torn on that. That looked like he might not play for 2 years. But he came back. ETN's a go. Muma, if the verdict's still out on Muma, I hope he plays because he's good. I really like Muma. He's great. People were trying to talk about how he didn't play good last week, and I'm like, he's like alone out there with Foye Oluokun and no one else. But I think this could be a week where we could surprise people and win, but I don't expect it. Like I said, I think we're gonna split, and I think we were gonna win at home. It'd be really weird if we didn't and we won in Tennessee and they beat us at home. I'd be really upset. But I don't see it happening. Hopefully Cisco comes back, but I don't mind resting him if it means he comes back healthy and he doesn't get hurt again. Honestly, I would sit Trevor Lawrence, but that's just me being I don't want my quarterback to get hurt because he's a franchise guy type of person. But yeah, I'll open it up to you, Blake. I really don't have much to say, honestly.
Before we even get into the game, John Robinson thing real quick. I can have an entire video on John Robinson, so I'm just going to say I have very mixed feelings on that, but apparently it looks like Mike Vrabel's going to have more control of the player personnel, and I think that's going to be awesome. I think he knows who he wants on the field. He obviously was visibly angry about the A.J. Brown trade, and apparently he's not a big fan of Caleb Farley, which has been obvious, and the Isaiah Wilson was a disaster. So we'll see. So hopefully Vrabel brings in, his guys. He'll have a giant, 320-pound lineman that he probably would rather have out there than Aaron Brewer. They'll be out there on the sidelines smoking cigarettes and chewing wintergreen, but they'll go out there and pancake some defensive linemen. So I think that's some kind of stuff that Mike Vrabel would bring to this team if you got to pick his guys specifically.
Richie Incognito's coming back.
Say what?
I said Richie Incognito's coming back. He's going to finish the season a Titan.
I think there's going to be 5 Richie Incognitos on that offensive line next year, honestly, because that's probably what this team needs. They're so weak up front. So with this Jacksonville Jaguars game, I was going back and I made an observation about every team that the Titans have lost to, and they all had one thing in common. They all had very good pass rushes. And the Titans' offensive line is bad, But if they can play against a decent to below average, they can do enough to win a game. That's why the Titans, they only win by a margin of like 2 or 3 every game. So their offensive line can just do enough. But anytime they go against a very good defensive line, a good pass rush, they always lose. The Giants, the Bills, the Bengals, the Eagles, there's been a lot of them. It's been very, very bad for the Titans. And we're going against a pretty good pass rush.
No, stop. No, stop right there. We're terrible, honestly. Our pass rush is garbage. I don't even want you to go that far. You don't have to try and be nice. Our pass rush is fucking trash, and
the offensive line is so terrible.
I'll let you continue, but yeah, but the Texans, we had no sacks against the Texans.
You guys are going to be much easier against the Philadelphia Eagles, but your pass rush could definitely win some battles. The Titans offensive line was getting bullied out there every single week. It's been very embarrassing to watch. There's like a whole compilation on Facebook about Dennis Daly, the left tackle, just getting thrown around constantly. It's crazy.
Hashtag Cam Robinson.
I will take anyone over Dennis Daly. He is that bad. I think he's the worst ranked offensive left tackle in the league right now, and he takes pride in that. He's terrible. The season kind of a loss, I think, but I think Tennessee will win this game. I don't see them going 3 straight losses. I don't think Vrabel's lost 3 straight games in his coaching career. I could be wrong, but I don't believe so. If he did, he's not done that very often. Titans are full of injuries. I think there's only 2 healthy wide receivers right now, Nick Westbrook, Ikena, and Robert Woods. I think the Titans are going to run this ball a lot. I wouldn't shock to see if Derrick Henry get the ball 30 times, and that's what he needs. I think this is going to be all Derrick Henry today. I expect 30 carries. I think this might be the best yards-wise, and he'll probably punch into the end zone twice. Yeah, I think you're going to have a great day in fantasy on Sunday.
I hope so.
Yeah, so I don't see us throwing the football a lot, probably 15 times. Tannehill is not going to throw it a whole lot. It's just going to be all Derrick Henry. Or they may get cute and give Okonkwo a handoff or 2. Maybe some Wildcat. I bet there's going to be some weird stuff going on against Jacksonville.
Yeah, probably.
With Todd Downing, I doubt it'll be very unpredictable. It's just going to be like, here, Derrick Henry, football, go.
See, with this change at leadership with the Titans, I think this might be a very different team. I think even next year, like looking way ahead, this might be an entirely new team. I wouldn't be shocked if Derrick Henry's gone next year. I wouldn't be shocked.
Do you think Downing was a Robinson guy or a Vrabel guy?
After him not getting fired, I definitely think he's a Vrabel guy.
Yeah, but they could just be like holding off till the end of the year. But I guess that is a good point.
Yeah, I think the fact that he's still there. I think no coaches switched either. There's a lot of players that left. I'm surprised cut with Torrey Carter, a fullback. He's pretty good on special teams, but he's kind of blown some blocks this year, which hasn't been good. So his blocking skills isn't that great, and he hasn't even seen a target or a carry this year. So I feel like we can eliminate the fullback position. We don't need him. So that was a surprise cut. And Wyatt Ray, he's been cut, and he's been on the practice squad and active roster like 37 times. I think he was definitely a J-Rob guy too.
All right. So I honestly think this game could kind of go either way. It just kind of depends on which Trevor Lawrence shows up. And if the Jags can continue what they've been doing all season of kind of keeping Trevor Lawrence clean for the most part, I think the more that they can keep him clean, the better their chances of winning this game. Obviously, there's going to be some caveats to this because I feel like there have been obviously some instances where Cam Robinson is
trash,
a turnstile. So
Tennessee's got a good pass rush. I think we're going to kill Trevor Lawrence or backup quarterback.
Well, I mean, I guess, but I still think this is a game where Travis Etienne probably gets 15 touches on the ground minimum, and Trevor Lawrence probably going to throw the ball like 30, 45 times max.
Shoot for 50. Fuck it. Christian Kirk down there somewhere.
Yeah. Caleb Farley, the first-round draft pick, I'm pretty sure is having another
is
sort
that
of
number
back
3?
surgery.
Isn't that Farley's number? Is he number 3 or is he number 2?
Yeah, he's number 3.
He's on IR, I think.
Oh, he's on IR. That's right.
Yeah, he hasn't. Even if he's on the field, like
we don't have the instant reception. Dang.
Yeah. Well, I mean, There's other
Oh, good news for you guys too. We got Shaq Griffin back, so there's that. So
That's
if
good.
you throw anywhere towards 26, you're getting a touchdown. So that's great.
hell yeah.
That means we won't throw it to 26.
Probably not.
Probably just run the ball.
Tannehill will take a sack.
Yeah, Tannehill's going to have 20 carries this game too. It's just going to be the Giants what they did against us, but you guys instead it's going to be Tannehill and Henry running read option all fucking game.
I hope so. Tannehill got wheels. He'll run you over too. I like watching him run the football.
I think watching Titans games is pretty funny because at the end of the game you're like, God, Tannehill must have been sacked like 1,000 times, and then you look at the numbers and he was technically only sacked like twice.
Yeah, he like falls forward and gets like half a yard, and they're like, that's not a sack. Like,
I mean, he was sacked like 20 times though against the Eagles. That was bad.
Oh yeah, they got him 6 times.
That was rough. That was sad. I felt bad for him.
yeah.
Well, you guys got Jeff?
Yeah, I'm hoping for a ton of Henry.
I think
'cause I even said I think in the last show I went over kind of how many, if he has more than 20 carries, they've won pretty much every game where he's had more than 20, except like one game they've only won one where he had less than 20. So it's like they feed him and they win. That's I don't understand why they deviate. Like just give him the damn ball, run the damn ball.
Yep.
I like your stat. That better happen.
Yeah, they better
get the ball 30 times.
Yeah, they better get somebody in the offseason that's going to be able to do some more creative play calling. Regardless of whether or not Derrick Henry is still there, probably still going to have Tannehill because of that contract. So, but with that, I think we're wrapping up this episode. Do we have any final comments, boys?
I got invited to play 7-on-7 on Sunday. I haven't done that in like 8 years.
Hell yeah.
That'll be fun, though.
Right, it's weird. My buddy at work was like, "Hey, do you ever played 7-on-7 before?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "You want to play Sunday?" Sure.
Yeah, definitely do that. Like,
Yeah.
we're not, you don't mean like full pads, right?
No. 7-on-7 is just like
Flag. Two-hand touch?
two-hand touch. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna be dotting them
People
up.
got jobs. We don't want to go to the doctor.
I'm a quarterback, bro. I'm gonna be dotting them up.
There it goes.
Not really.
Well,
I'll take some videos.
You could be like Blaine Gabbert. He's I want to dice these boys up and then
Hey,
throw
bro.
pick 6 the first time.
Hey, bro. We talking about bloated Gabbard out there, dog. I'll be carrying all this around. The hefty righty out here.
I don't know. I think I would just love to see the Texans beat the Cowboys. I just don't.
Oh, yeah, I would love to see it too, but
It would be pretty great. But
I'd also love to hit the lottery.
Yeah. I feel you on that.
And winning the lottery is probably more likely.
Probably. Probably so. But all right, boys. Thanks for coming on. Thank you guys for watching. Go ahead, hit the like button, subscribe, and be good people.
merch.
Peace.
Hit the merch link in the description.
Merch.
Be good
Merch.
people.
Do it.